Lords, ladies, and filthy, stinky, dirty, dumb, smelly, unintelligent, low IQ peasants. Welcome back for episode 16. I'm currently playing as Father Godwin. But last episode was pretty crazy, as we saved Lord Capon from Malashov Fortress, and then we were reunited with Radzig, Hanish, and Godwin. And Hanish and Radzig sent Henry over to Kuttenberg, where we infiltrated a council meeting of Sigismund followers and actually got to see King Sigismund himself. We're currently disguised as a royal waiter, serving wine and doing the bidding of all the nobles in this meeting. But then the quest stopped right there, and it brought us over to Raborsh, where we're playing as Father Godwin, and our first task here is to get to know the rabbi and his escort. So Capon suggested to Godwin that he try and welcome representatives of the Kuttenberg's Jewish community to the Raborsh meeting. The old and respected rabbi arrived accompanied by a young man who seemed not at all comfortable with being among the nobility. So let's go ahead and meet Bravant and also get to know the rabbi and his escort as Father Godwin in this town that I haven't seen yet.
Christ!
Don't recognize anybody yet. Hello, Anna. Lovely dress you have there. All right, here's Rabbi and our buddy Samuel. And there's Hans.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here, and yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Kuttenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here than gaining a few groschen. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived, after all.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzig Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start.
Henry's done a few things I'd like to give him a slap or two for. But like they say, to err is human. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Very true.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father. but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children.
This is crazy.
At least, none of his own. He took in Henry and raised him as his own on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobila, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Never would have guessed that. Definitely have to look more into this and hopefully learn a lot more. I mean, if this is true, it wouldn't make Henry blood brothers with Samuel here. But close enough, right? They basically would be brothers. Let's go with good health. We're gonna get drunk.
Good health.
L'chaim.
Well, that was very, very interesting.
Everything all right? You look a bit out of sorts.
I can't wait for it to end so we can get out of here.
Would you tell me something about your community? I haven't found out much so far.
What can I tell you? It was never exactly glorious. And now especially, everyone is quaking that what is still left to us will be taken away.
Surely it won't be that bad.
There are many fools who would rather take out their gall on us and start to fight among themselves. In times of uncertainty, it is always the sons of Israel who are the first to be stricken.
I reckon you'd have to be pretty brave to come and mingle with the Kuttenberg lords.
Or pretty pissed off.
Or that.
We will leave as soon as we can. Anyway, all of these worthy gentlemen will be relieved when we are out of sight.
All right, let's find Brabant. Man, Warhorse is just really good at creating characters. Like, now we have a whole storyline to discover with Samuel here, and when he encounters Henry again, I'm sure it's going to be very, very interesting. All right, let's go talk to Mr. Brabant. Very interesting fella.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
He's obviously a little full of himself, but he also is kind of nice too.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off. How did you end up imprisoned in Malashov?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Gothenburg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate turn of events?
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
Godwin has, but let's just say enlighten me.
So, be so kind as to enlighten me.
When they broke through the defense, I ended up in captivity. It was only due to my acquaintances in a court that I escaped execution.
Oh. I thought it was Henry who saved your neck.
My neck was not at risk in Malashov. I may have still been a prisoner with my personal freedom restricted, but they never broke my spirit.
You say you're a poet? How about a verse or two to amuse us?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? Is a poet a gesture for amusement? I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood. And besides, few here would understand me.
Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course! I was born by the sea. If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the Ottoman Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then that was perhaps saving the life of the King of France.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. Incognito. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia, I'm still building my reputation, slowly, but surely.
Bohemia. There's Jan Zizka.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess. Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That horse son won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing.
This will be such a good movie.
Do you have news? I'm not going to die.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
And to think we were getting drunk with Godwin. Oh, in the first game and banging wenches in the tower. Good times. And now we're here.
It depends what it's all about.
A little delicate diplomacy. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings.
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
If Sigismund decides to mount an attack on the camp, it'd be a massacre.
Ah, but it won't. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves, but he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
You've got an interesting way of approaching things.
You're certainly not the first to tell me that. I take it as a compliment.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
Why me, of all people?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You know how to talk, and you're not just out for your own good. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. That's why I know I can count on you both. There aren't many like you two left.
What if it doesn't work?
I refuse to even consider that outcome. Because it would mean slow, but certain defeat for all of us.
Tell me a bit more about those people, so I know who I'm dealing with.
Certainly. Who do you want to start with?
Botchek of Kunststadt. I know the name, but I can't quite place him.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estates, great influence, but he holds back. He doesn't play the big game, because he doesn't like to take risks. He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen will hold him back.
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a Kuttenberg councillor?
He still is. The only one who retained his position after the city was taken. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. So his days in the council are numbered. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers. And that's why we need him.
Okay.
Anna of Waldstein. The widow of that rich mine owner.
We saw her earlier.
What was his name?
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised you forgot.
I was quite surprised to see her here. Assemblies like this are more of
a male affair? So far, Godwin, so far. Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplary young widow. But don't trust appearances. She's got claws, she knows how to do her sums, and she certainly has no love lost for Sigismund.
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money, of course.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. And she knows a thing or two about diplomacy. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth thanks to her. And that it was thanks to her that he died, too.
Nice. Okay.
I'll get on it then. Wish me luck.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is over, the die will be cast.
Oh man, it's like, do we keep drinking as Godwin? I feel like I have to. This might end up screwing up something in the quest, but for the sake of RP, let's drink.
Success to our plans.
All right, let's go talk to, hey, Hansa's sitting where we saw Anna earlier. Here she is.
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money for?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough resources to...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
How do you know Liechtenstein is behind it?
I know most of the people here very well. Many of them certainly have doubts about the Margrave's plans. But they wouldn't dream of stating them aloud. While it seems that Lord Liechtenstein, on the contrary, sees his opportunity.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine. And beneficial deals.
Then you're in the right place. This occasion provides all of those things.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. And I have yet to hear any interesting offers. So, to the point. What is it that Liechtenstein wants from me?
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
It's not only your money we're interested in. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you on two fronts. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason. Perhaps a favor in return.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Haman Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
Oh, man.
I'm supposed to rob an ally.
Haman Alder was given the documents to deliver to the council. He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them, so he won't even notice the difference.
And these papers I'm supposed to switch, what do they concern?
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and certain undesirable parties.
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear, but I'll rest easier when those papers are in my hands.
I think we can help her.
All right, I'll help you. Or at least I'll give it a try.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer courtyard. Bring them to me, and put these there instead. But watch yourself. Odorim's groom has eyes everywhere.
Oh, this is too funny. Now we're doing like Henry-type quests as Godwin. And it's great. Hey, oh my gosh, it's so cool.
Nightingale surrounded by hawks.
So we have Radzig, the Dry Devil, and then Hanish of Lipa right there. I can talk to them, but let's focus on this quest right now. I'm definitely going to talk to them. I'm such a fan of the first game. It's so cool to see them in game like this. All right, let's take a look here. Swap out the documents in the saddlebags. Lady Anna of Weldstein asked for a favor in exchange for her support to switch a bunch of papers brought by Haman Alder for a package she herself had given to Godwin. The question was how to get Alder's thing. So she said it was in a shed in the outer courtyard. What is an outer courtyard? Oh no, this is the outer courtyard, right?
Good day, good day.
Okay. I think it's right inside here. Yep.
What brings you here?
Nothing. I was not doing anything. Huh. Interesting. This is going to be tough. How in the nine hells am I going to get in there? Can I talk to this guy?
God bless.
Ooh, we could do a quick bribe. Oh man, it's all of our money. Let's try it.
I just need to get something from the shed. You know what? Take this here. And you saw nothing, all right?
And what's there to see?
Not a sausage.
Perfect. I think that's my first bribe. Okay, let's just go in here. Here we go. Switch papers. All right, I swapped those out. Might as well pick this up. Every time we've played as Godwin so far, we haven't been able to switch anything in his inventory, so I'm not sure if that's going to be a thing. All right, we are half drunk right now. You can see the little status effect to the left of my sword in the bottom middle of the screen. Go turn this in.
I've got those papers from Alder for you.
Quiet! You don't have to announce it to everyone.
My lady, with all the clamor going on here, I can hardly hear my own thoughts. Here they are.
You're more capable than I expected. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. And now you're part of the bargain.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal with both words and money.
Thank you, noble lady. God will...
Yes, quite. But let's drink to our bargain.
Oh,
Godwin.
man. Oh, man. Okay, here we go.
How could I refuse a toast with such a fine lady? To your health, Lady Anna.
And to the success of our efforts.
Godwin doesn't seem too enthusiastic about drinking right now. All right. It's cool to see her without the White Walker eyes. All right, before we go talk to the other ones, let's have a chat with our classic characters here from the first game.
Godwin, you wouldn't be avoiding me. We didn't have much time for conversation on the way here. Let's rectify that.
With pleasure, sir. As it happens, there's something I'd like to ask you. What are you expecting from today's gathering, my lord?
Well, I have no great expectations. But, all going well, we may be able to establish some joint steps towards the future. As long as we proceed without prior agreement and mutual support, we will be very unlikely to achieve any progress.
I couldn't help but notice your son has a bit of a talent for getting into trouble.
To put it mildly, but not to do him an injustice, knowing young Lord Capon, he undoubtedly contributed to that more than a little. Although, if they didn't pull each other out of trouble, God knows where they'd be now.
Wise words. Still, Henry's come a long way on a thorny path. I trust you're rightfully proud of him.
You know, I am. And Martin would also be glad, even though Henry chose a different path than he.
May God grant him eternal rest.
Oh, I miss Lord Divish.
Where did you leave Sir Divish? Surely he's not too old to miss out on such an event.
Haven't you heard? Lady Stephanie is with child. No one even imagined Divish would produce an heir at his age.
Might have been Henry.
As they say, doesn't matter who kneaded the dough, as long as there's a pie in the oven.
Godwin.
Well, it could be a miracle. Praise the Lord.
Oh man, I wonder what's canon. I didn't romance Lady Stephanie myself, but I'm pretty sure you could. Oh, that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. All right. Sir Hanish?
May I have a word with you, sir?
You? Anytime. With you, at least, there's some sensible conversation. Unlike this pack of conceited upstarts.
Have you got something against the Kuttenberg nobles?
Their forefathers lived up to their ears in dung. But thanks to the royal mines, they were born with silver spoons up their asses. And they think that can turn their blood blue.
But surely they're not all like that. And they are our allies.
Allies or not, someone ought to show them their place.
Young Lord Capon is finally free again. Let's hope he'll take better care of himself now.
He got a harsh lesson. But at least he might remember to lay off that tomfoolery of his for a while. But if not, war will make a man of him soon enough.
Do you think there's really going to be a war? I mean a proper one, not just sitting around and talking about it.
I sincerely hope so. Whoever sits around risks nothing. It's time to get off our asses and take action.
What do you think about Jobst?
Are you testing me? Jobst called this assembly and he wants things to turn out well. We have to trust him.
To turn out well for whose benefit, though? Some are up to their elbows in silver and blood, so others can live in freedom.
Better make sure you're among the latter, then. And in the meanwhile, help the former to keep their losses to a minimum.
All right, and then let's talk to the Dry Devil, our new character in KCD2. Oh, we can't. Look at that haircut. It is a scary, scary man. All right, just take a quick look out here. The writing in this game, in my opinion, has to be some of the best writing that we've seen in the past decade in gaming, specifically the RPG genre. It's really, 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 really good. I hope other companies, other studios, writers from those studios play this game and take note. Hey guys. Okay, let's go back up. Attention to detail in the environment too is...
Exactly why we mustn't push too hard.
Well, that's... Welcome. What can I do for you?
We can play some dice right here.
Forge an alliance against our common enemy.
Oh.
They're trying to do one thing and one thing only. Line their pockets.
They remember well how the burghers in Moravia fared in the last war.
They were on the wrong side. And wasn't it the lords of Kunstadt who got the most out of it?
You said it yourself.
Nice.
It was war back
Hold
then.
up.
Now we're allied.
You seem a bit out of sorts. Anything wrong?
Oh, these grand aristocratic assemblies are nothing for me. I'd be happier if they just told me in the morning how it all went and what my boys have to do next.
But then you'd miss all the grub and the booze, and the gossip.
Oh, and have you heard anything interesting here?
A lot of people think the wealthy burghers will stick with Sigismund, whether out of fear or convenience.
Well, that's to be expected. As long as Sigismund has the city council under his thumb, no one will rock the boat.
Well, at least there's a few individuals here, like Ruthard.
Sigismund confiscated his castle and half his estates. That'd be enough to make a man mad. Not to mention that his son was killed in the siege of the city.
It seems Liechtenstein's looking for allies, for his own ends.
And how's he gonna do it? Didn't you see them all fighting tooth and nail here just a while ago?
Well, different approaches work with different people.
The only approach that'll work with Sigismund is open resistance. Maybe on the field of battle?
Let's hope young Lord Capon manages to stay free for a while longer. Ever since leaving Rattay, he's gone from one pile of trouble to another.
You speak the truth, Godwin.
That's one thing you can always count on him for. I'll gladly wager with you he'll end up in some other shit by evening.
God forbid. Henry's not here now to pull him out of it.
In that case, it'll be up to you. I'm sure you wouldn't leave him to disgrace himself in front of Hanush.
All right, I guess we'll talk to him too. Oh, she's... I don't want to get... Sorry about that. Yes, ma'am. Do what you gotta do.
Sir Bocek, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear. Jobst comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me over for him.
On the contrary, I've come here with an idea how to improve it.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms? If not, you can go to the devil with it.
A few thousand men-at-arms as a convincing argument. And 100 horsemen on top. Only in order to get them, we need coin.
You've got my attention, but not my money yet.
How can I persuade you?
I need guarantees of security. I don't want to end up like Rutard.
Of course. Once it comes to protecting property, ideals go out the window.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself.
Hey.
If you were in my position, you'd think differently. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord blessed me with a large family. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose Sigismund?
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left alone.
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept. I don't want her to be unhappy.
Oh, that's nice. What about me? Oh, man.
I believe Liechtenstein is single.
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient for Sigismund. Yitka could end up being a pawn to blackmail both of us.
Oh, reputation lost. Well, we're going to lose more reputation with this, but I'm going to say it as an RP with Godwin.
I'd be honored to oblige. I'm in my prime.
Forget about it. Even if by some miracle you could manage to sire children, you'd die before you could raise them.
The truth doesn't offend, my lord. But I had to give it a try. How about young Lord
Reputation lost.
He's a youngster still.
What's wrong with him? He's young, he's handsome, women are fighting over him. Yitka will like him, and he'll give her a whole bunch of children.
And to half the wenches in his domain too, eh? On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and Hanush can always be relied on, despite his temper. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
I'll convey your offer to Lord Capon. If he agrees, we can celebrate our alliance.
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush is the one to decide. If he agrees, I'll be happy to support your plan.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom. Things have come to a pretty pass.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop dilly-dallying and go and tell Hanush.
This is a day of diplomacy, and I'm enjoying every second of it so far. Father Godwin sneaked down here to get some wine. Might as well take a couple pretzels. Free food, right? Yeah, I want that other pretzel. Is that Lord Capon that I hear? I think it is. Let's go back up. I want to see if I can talk to him before we talk to Hanush.
You know.
Oh, excuse me.
Spring where deer
Oh, sorry about that, madame. Awkward confrontation.
I've got some good news and some bad news for you.
The bad news is there's hardly any females in this whole damned place. There's some old bat standing there with two young girls, but she watches over them like a mother hen. So at least tell me the good news.
Oh, man.
You're going to get married.
Good one. Is she at least pretty?
I don't know. I've never seen her.
You're really a barrel of laughs, Godwin. Wait till Hanush hears this. Now, enough nonsense. Let's have a drink to your health and my freedom.
We gotta work on the facial animations in the second half of the game a little bit. Well, to your health.
To your health.
Godwin. All right, let's go talk to Hanush. We are starting to get pretty drunk. Whee!
Now look at that.
Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do? Let's hear it then.
I've gained us a powerful ally.
And who is it? I hope it's not one of those Kuttenberg stuffed guts.
On the contrary, it's Bocek, the Elder of Kunstadt and Podjebrad.
Kunstadt? By Christ, he's the last one I'd have expected to step up. How the hell did you do it?
Well, I explained to him how such an alliance could be mutually beneficial.
Mutually? What do you mean?
He's got a pretty serious personal interest in this... bond.
Stop beating around the bush and spit out what you promised him.
Lord Kunstad has a niece, so... I arranged a betrothal for young Lord Capon, with your blessing if you agree.
Hans Capon is to marry Yitka of Kunstadt. Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself. But let's drink
Not
to
a
it,
word
shall
to
we?
Hans.
Cheers!
Cheers to you, and to your parlaying skills.
We're doing pretty good drinking so far, so don't fix what's not broken. All right. Do. Oh, we should hold on before I do the last one. We should go talk to that gentleman.
That Jesus Christ be praised.
Sir Bocek, your niece Yitka can start preparing for her wedding.
So Hanush agreed, without reservations.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end of the bargain without reservation.
Thank you, Lord of Kunstad.
Enough formality.
Going on
We'll
under the
have
table
a drink.
there, man.
What do you say?
Cheers to the beautiful Lady Yitka and the unhappy Lord Capon.
Here's to a good bargain.
Have a mug just like that.
It's like I'm invisible.
Right next to me, actually.
Cheers to that!
Cheers, guys. Oh man, look at our... Oh wow, look at this. Look at this right now. I don't know what happens if you go all the way. Oh, now it's all the way. Okay, we are entering the... Oh man, that's not good. All right. Okay, now... Oh, now we're finally in the drunkenness phase. I don't fully understand the drinking system. I didn't engage with it too much in the first game. Think we're in the negative phase now? Yeah, so before our speech strength and agility and charisma were boosted, and now I believe we are nerfed a little bit. Alright, that's how we have to RP it.
Not even Bocek?
Not even Bocek.
Hey, remember that guy?
I'd like to check your horses out and see if they're as good as you say.
Pah, even better. But you won't believe it until you see for yourself.
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them. Well, well, we have a new guest.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation? Or just for being you?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up then. What are you doing here?
I came with a delegation from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Is this a joke?
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, He was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
I didn't catch on in the beginning. I thought he was like a mentor. This is Godwin's father? Wow. Man, and Godwin has like a very interesting backstory too. And we're also drunk right now.
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater than have a father like you.
How dare you?
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let me speak to Older.
You're dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
Oh my. Okay, let's do it.
I'm not happy about it, but I accept. This isn't how I imagined my first meeting with my brother.
Wow, this is crazy. This is so cool. Let me just pause for a second. This has been just basically a purely dialogue quest for the past 45 minutes. And it's been so interesting and so much fun. With so many characters that I never would have expected. I am fanboying out right now.
It's an honorable duel, man against man.
Let's go.
Stay back. That was sneaky.
Yeah, let's go.
Not at my sword.
I don't know if Father Godwin knows Master Strikes or not.
You don't know which end of that thing is up.
I'm afraid to try it. Oh!
That was sneaky. Bad luck. Not bad for
Cover
a
your
priest.
right side. You've got a gap there I could drive a cart through.
Wouldn't walk there, sir.
Did they teach you that in the seminary?
Tough battle here. Oh, crap. I was trying to pause. Trying to see if let me check my combos here. We're level 19. Oh, okay, we do know Master Strike. Okay, great. Not easy though. Oh, he blocked the Master Strike. The brother, man.
Not bad for a priest.
What's wrong with your legs?
That was sneaky. Hey, who taught you that?
Father did.
Did they teach you that
And
in
I'm
the
his
seminary?
favorite. This guy's pretty good at dodging.
With your whole arm, not just your wrist.
Would love to end with a Master Strike.
Stuff.
Arm lower.
It's like a real duel.
Firm. Otherwise, the first strike will put you on your arse.
Did they teach you that in the seminary? Enough. That will do.
Yeah. Brother. Looks a lot younger.
My God. Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. But you could teach sword fighting in a school.
Maybe he wasn't the youngest son. I guess I take that back. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well, I apologize for going off like that. I had to, so that...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
He was his first son.
Not at all. I remember him the same since I was a nipper. When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days? He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until they threw me out of my own parish. But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Alder?
Aye. The outcome of this war depends on it.
That sounds very important, considering you and Alder are both pretty small players. After your encounter with Father, it won't be easy to get to Alder. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me and tell me what it's all about.
Do I have any choice?
If it's really that important, you don't.
All right, then. You've heard Yob's plan, right? It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees, they'll follow.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
I like how when we entered the negative phase, you can see Father Godwin stumbling around now. Okay, talk to Liechtenstein about the arranged support. Liechtenstein wanted Godwin to secure the support of 3 influential persons. Is there a place I can wash myself around here? Apparently we're not that dirty. Oh, whoa. Whoa, whoa, brother. I think he's been drinking more than I have.
I'm still hoping it works out and we walk out of here with a clear plan. But maybe you were right. It was probably not the best idea.
We're swaying around right now.
To gather all the lords under one roof.
At other times, I would celebrate hearing you admit a mistake, Margrave. But if I were you, I wouldn't lose faith.
I don't know if I want to talk to him with
Sometimes all you need to do
Liechtenstein. Or with Jobst so close to him.
You mean you managed to convince someone? Someone influential?
Not at all. I managed nothing.
Hey John, come over here.
I have found someone who could pull a thorn out of our side and get some influential people to join our cause.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the negotiations.
Is this supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect them.
He's telling him now.
Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstadt will support our cause.
Both of them? Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink. So if you'll excuse me, my lords?
You drunk bastard.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes. And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Now I kind of feel bad. Now I feel really bad. We had no choice, though.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
Capon. It's just the way it is. Meanwhile, at Kuttenberg City Hall.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rabble get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylanders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swillpot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council is a farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Sargents, your insolence just cost you your place on the council, and a month in the dungeon.
But
hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us,
I just want to get out of here.
was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Pour us a monastic wine.
Okay.
The monks had a good year.
I was about to say.
We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries. They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobs does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
Yes,
I
Lord
think
King.
Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
I could kill Markvart right now. Sacrifice my life.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Markvart.
Yeah, to your health.
And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in the land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
I'm on the wrong
To your
side.
health, your majesty.
I think I like King S.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Raposh. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
Oh, wow.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of it.
White it is. Quickly.
Yes, sir.
If Raposh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us?
Oh, no.
So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
Oh, man.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Later that evening, at Raborsh's fortress. Oh no. Okay, the feast. There were negotiations during the day and celebrations in the evening. Godwin had already managed to drink to the successful beginning of their plan with many lords at Raborsh. It was late in the evening, the guests were enjoying themselves, and Godwin was having a bit of a nap. Wittgenstein, already quite drunk, looked as if he wanted something from Godwin. We can also celebrate with the guests.
I will charge the enemy with cavalry, break through their lines, and capture Sigismund.
How would you like a wine, Chevalier?
The art of winemaking has a long tradition in La Belle France. Recipes are passed on from father to son, and each generation brings them to perfection. I myself was practically raised on wine. How many I have tasted. Even the French royal court took note of my refined taste. The king himself had wine delivered for his table according to my advice.
I expect his lordship had the best barrels rolled out. Now, if you'd only known he had a real connoisseur here.
Best barrels! Mon ami, this wine would perhaps be suited to the infirmary, where it would suffice for cleaning wounds and easing pain. For that, the taste is of little consequence. Give me 100 knights in
It's important to, at least in my opinion, important to engage in dialogue with as many characters as possible, because Warhorse likes to have you learn about them so that when things happen later on, it means a lot more.
Didn't end up like that poor sod over there. I'm filled with grief.
Oh, look at John right now. Can't see anything. Okay, let's go down a level before we talk to John. Excuse me. Oh. Godwin.
Christ, so much dust.
We'll be doing that soon enough.
Even better.
And run back to Hungary.
And why would he do that? If he was so craven as to run away from the first army that crossed his path.
Can't believe how above and beyond Warhorse goes. Like, NPCs that you don't even interact with are having full-on, like, unique conversations.
My butcher fellows is no pony.
Gracious, you couldn't think of a fancier name?
At least you can tell by the name that the horse is immensely valuable.
It's our father.
May I interrupt you for a moment? You already did, didn't you?
What's the matter?
I'm standing on the dog right now. Or so. Oh man, this is a hard check. Oh man. Oh, let's try it. Why not?
Everyone keeps saying that the prettiest girls in the whole county serve the Yoderans at Raborsh. I didn't believe it. But I can see there's some truth in it. What are you blabbering about?
Haven't you had a little too much wine, perhaps?
Not at all. I could drink every man here under the table. Want me to show you?
No need. I believe you.
Stop bothering us and go pester someone else. Dasha isn't interested.
Well, it's going to be interesting trying this quest again in the future and playing non-drunk Godwin.
Good evening, my esteemed lady. I haven't yet had the opportunity to make your acquaintance.
No matter. I know who you are. Although Martin hardly spoke of you, from what I heard, I could conjure up a pretty good picture.
No offense, man. But whatever picture you painted me, I have reason enough to believe it's mistaken.
Indeed. So the stories of how in your youth you used to drag a different chambermaid to your bed every night is nothing but slander?
And I also heard that you once fell drunk into the trench in front of the fortress, horse and all.
All right, I confess to that one. But nothing happened to either me or the horse.
And is it not true that one of your paramours made off with your late mother's jewelry?
We are all sinners, Mom. And besides, that was 20 years ago. A person can change a lot in that time.
Unquestionably. My husband is living proof of it. No more than I.
Is your husband here too? I don't believe I've had the honor.
You won't find him here. He stayed at home in our fortress. He suffers from gout and doesn't like long journeys.
Or any journeys for that matter. Even where the king goes on his own 2 feet, my husband has to be carried by 3 servants.
All his life he gorged himself on meat, pastries, and wine, and now he's paying for it.
Would you kindly introduce your 2 companions?
This is Lady Christina, second wife of Lord Binic of Nostitz. She's standing in for him here today.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Shall we go somewhere more private? Oh my gosh. A little too early to be asking that right now in the conversation.
How come your husband didn't come?
Because he's been rotting for nearly a year in the king's captivity.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mom. I pray that God shall return him to you soon.
I've been praying for it since the day I got word of his captivity. Perhaps worldly powers will come to our aid once the promised army turns up. One hopes.
What's your opinion of the outcome of today's assembly?
That it's about time. Although at the onset it looked like everyone here would carry on arguing like fishwives at the market. But in the end, it seems the agreement arrived at will bear fruit.
I'm not going to push it with her.
It's been a pleasure, my lady.
And this here is Lady Helena of Deliverance, my niece and ward.
God be with you, sir.
She seems to be smiling at us.
This is her first time at such a large gathering.
Are you well acquainted with our hosts?
Only a little. Sir Martin Oderin and his son have been to visit at Lady Matilda's on several occasions.
They come to me for advice on selecting horses. If it hadn't been for me, that mule he's bragging about to everyone here would have cost him twice as much.
You're fortunate, miss. Your aunt sets you a good example. And I'm sure she won't leave you to the mercy of the gentleman present.
Yes, Lady Matilda has always kept a close eye on me.
And I know what I'm doing. Don't think I'm not aware of how some fellows look at you.
It's rather noisy here for my taste. If your worthy aunt has no objections, I'd gladly escort you somewhere quieter.
Well, Auntie?
Restrain your ardor. You're not the first to try and lure my girls somewhere out of my sight. If you want to amuse yourself with them, I insist on being present, or you may be on your way.
But I had no wish to.
And while you're on your way, we're quite thirsty from all this constant chit-chat. Be so kind and bring us another pitcher of wine. I don't know what's in those kegs, and I don't intend to try it out.
Oh man, really? Helena kind of smiles at Godwin, so let's go ahead and do this quest. Godwin's not dating Teresa, so we don't have to worry about anything. Find a jug of wine. I have no idea where that's going to be.
Anyway, looking at him closely,
I can barely see anything.
there are a few of those around my mind too.
It's a tin pitcher, but that's not...
What kind of
Doesn't say wine.
phallus anyway?
Oh, we just added it to our inventory. Oh my gosh, Godwin, you disgusting. Alright, that's wine. I don't know if this counts, but... Oh, Godwin. You disgusting old man. I don't know.
You've got a different idea about a horse.
Alright, let's go check the kitchen, I guess.
Good day. What would you like?
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt. But are you busy?
What do you think? A fortress full of hungry mouths and half of them noble lords accustomed to all kinds of debauchery.
Where might I find the really
Oh, I remember
good
seeing
wine?
some earlier.
Why? You don't like the stuff from the kegs?
It's not for me. One of the distinguished guests asked for it.
Aha. If you
Yes,
go
yes.
down the cellar stairs, you'll see the pictures lined up on the table. It's Lord Odorin's best. He's drunk plenty of it himself today.
Oh, let's tell her the food is excellent.
I haven't eaten so well in a long time. Lord Odorin was fortunate in his choice of cook.
He didn't have to choose me. My old ma spent her whole life in this kitchen, and my grandmother before her. God rest them both.
Wait, you're Kvieta's daughter, Madlenka.
It's been a long time since anyone has called me by that name. I was afraid you'd forgotten me.
You haven't changed at all.
But I have. And you've changed too. You left a haughty young pup, and now you return...
So cool.
An old dog.
Not at all. The years have been kind to you.
Really?
And how have you been all this time? Did my father give you a hard time?
Not really. When he remarried and had another son, his mood improved quite a bit. I also got married. And soon I had my little Elishka running around under my feet in the kitchen. Young Sir Christopher used to come and play with her sometimes. He was always a very nice lad.
And to think, I almost didn't click on this dialogue option, and look where it's leading.
Tell me more about Elishka.
She's a big girl now. She's a maid here for now, but I'm sure they'll find her a better job soon.
Well, aren't you worried about her? A young girl doesn't have it easy in life.
Even as a little girl, she used to beat up the boys in the village. I put up with all sorts of things without a peep, but not her.
And your husband?
Kuba? He died when Elishka was just a baby. He got bitten by a dog, and the wound festered. It was quick.
God grant him eternal life.
Oh, man. If I wasn't drunk, it's not going to work, but I think I have to try it.
Why don't we go somewhere together? Somewhere private. And reminisce about the old days.
You really haven't changed at all. You ought go and have a drink and stop chasing girls.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's embarrassing at your age.
True. Oh, man. Oh, I would much rather romance her. That young lady out there is a bit too young for Godwin. But we're drunk and, you know, this is how things have to be. Okay, we got red. Wait, did she... I forget. What type of wine did she want? Did she say?
The red'll be good, I hope. Everybody likes a drop of white.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Now there's a piece of horse flesh for you, Rootheart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you feed it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of your fortress.
That's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to this celebration, you old fox.
Oh no, is it Von Berghoff?
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
No way.
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Wow. Well, at least we're not showing drunk anymore.
The surrounded Christopher can't make it on his own.
We have to protect our brother. You know what? Jan, you can take that guy. Who's who? Who's who?
Let him have it!
Come on, come on.
Drive those horses out! Ha! I got him! Get ready to leave! Waiting like a stuck bear! Let him have it! Help me! You don't know who's away!
Hans!
Come on! Bleeding like a stuck pig! One good! I took him down!
Be careful, don't want to get in the middle of that.
Coming!
Okay, awesome. That was Henry. Couldn't tell.
Quick!
We definitely want to, yeah, we want to switch for sure.
Let him on, nice.
Whoa, whoa. Here we go. Stay right here, Pebbles. Oh, I don't have any, sorry, I don't have any arrows equipped. Classic Henry. Oh, should I equip my gun? Let's do the gun. Oh, I do have the gun equipped. Okay, so let's do wounding bolt on that one. This is going to be dangerous. Try my heavy crossbow too at some point. Oh, I'm silly. Okay, hold on. There we go. Try the gun now.
Good!
Forgot how to use it. Really forgot how to use it. It's been like 30 hours in game. There we go. Oh crap, Henry. Oh, no. I think I missed.
Dewey.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Oh man, wow.
I'll kill you.
Come on.
For glory and carnage, die!
Take them! Ah, no chance! Show what you're made of.
Oh. Henry's not very good with a gun, is he?
Should I go?
Okay.
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me. Did my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
No, some are, some aren't.
They captured Oder and Kunstad and Rutard.
Damn.
And they took Alder and Conrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Jobst long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but not everyone was so lucky.
Where did they go? Back to Ratoi?
They've got to raise an army for us. And I hope they fucking hurry.
So we have a plan to counter Sigismund?
More of a promise than a plan.
But, as you can see, our allies are getting scarce. We should lay low until Jobst gets back.
I'll gladly play dead for a while.
Be so kind. And don't speak of the dead.
What happened, Godwin? Who died?
My younger brother.
Oh man, I wonder if I could have prevented that.
Half a day, so what?
Shut up!
Look, leave him be. He's right. I just met my brother. Only to lose him again.
I'm sorry. I really am. God grant him eternal life.
Thanks. Once we're done here, I'll give him a funeral.
That is the least you can do for him.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
I was standing a few steps from von Aulitz when he told Sigismund I was pouring them wine, and had to listen to how Sigismund was going to give him Raborsch. It was a horrible feeling, not being able to do anything about it.
And what could you possibly do?
Kill them. Both of them.
My fingers would itch too. Was there any knife lying around? Or at least a fork?
Do you know what that would cause?
I'd die before I could turn around. But at least I'd die with a clear conscience.
And hundreds of innocents would die after you. Because the soldiers would start ransacking the city.
Do you like watching those foreigner dogs rampaging around and slaughtering innocents? Who else has to die before we do something about it?
Tell us about it. We were neck deep in corpses before you bothered to turn up.
Well, not you.
Fuck you, Jan. I'd trade places with you in a heartbeat. Trust me.
We've lost a lot of allies. We'll have trouble finding new ones. They'll be afraid to even peep against Sigismund.
Well, are you surprised? Look around. Sigismund showed everyone what's coming for all who resist him.
Is there anything we can do?
Definitely not right now. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, get the hell out of here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey... Oh, God's teeth. That stupid nag nearly broke me in half.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is, he ordered it, more like.
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there. They could reveal a lot.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's safe here.
They're our allies. We have to help them.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see them all jumping to their feet and rush to save their poor Jews.
Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted to talk to you anyway.
He's here too?
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible. And tell Liechtenstein too.
Anyway, we've got work to do. Godwin?
Give me a moment. I'll go and see Christopher first. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know.
Lost his life.
Wow, look at all the bodies. We can actually loot all of them too? I don't think it's worth the time looting everybody just for the... they don't have that much groschen on them. Hey, buddy.
Maybe he'll come back.
Or maybe the crows are feasting on him already.
Hey. I did not expect all this to happen.
Good to see you both. Alive.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much worse scrapes laughing.
They could well have killed us all. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkhoff could have caused a lot more harm.
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, thank God we all survived.
Well, not all of us. Young Odorin, Anna of Volstein,
no,
and several other nobles are dead. It was slaughter.
And they captured our closest and most influential allies. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side. We're stuck.
Oh man. Like I said earlier in the episode, it's good to talk to everybody because now, especially bringing up Anna was killed in that fight, I feel like this burning fire inside of me to get revenge on Sigismund's forces right now, and that's a really cool feeling to have in a video game. I'm emotionally invested.
We'll figure out a way to help them.
But how? Our plans are ruined.
Get a grip. Whining doesn't help anyone.
You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get overwhelmed with self-pity. Nevertheless, I have to admit it can't get much worse.
Actually, it might. Very soon. At Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransack the Jewish quarter.
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city and warn them. I'm going with you. Out of the question. Do you want to end up imprisoned again? You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Shishka. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join.
Yeah, we gotta talk to Samuel about this whole Martin thing too.
And they'd never do anything like that.
No.
Oh,
Only men
man.
do such things. Good, Dougie. Good boy.
Man, all these people were...
Nothing sacred to
We were
them.
chatting with them.
Such a bloodbath. They're not people.
Matilda too.
They're animals.
Oh, Mutt, that's just... No, Mutt, come here, come here, come here,
Come here!
No, Mutt, no.
Anything like that. No.
Oh, there's Anna.
Do such things.
I remember the guard too. That's crazy.
Nothing sacred to them.
I shall get revenge. Come on, buddy. You're gonna get us in trouble. John, what are you doing with the table here?
Jobst finds out about this.
I think I need to touch up a few of the scenes towards the end of the game. It's not bothering me though. It's fantastic writing.
But I still insist that
There's Samuel and Rabbi. Let me just check over here.
ahead of him.
Godwin praying right here. Christopher. Man, I'm so curious if I would have been able to save him or not. Or if he just dies no matter what. I didn't really look out for him on the battlefield. It's really hard to tell who was who.
No. But what would happen? Sam, I need to have a word with you.
Uh-huh. That makes two of us.
Just tell him. You may not get another chance.
I
I talked to Godwin. He said you know each other?
What did you talk about? Me?
We talked about your stepfather, Martin.
Why? Neither of you knew him.
It's true, I did not. But I tried many times. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met?
Oh, yeah.
I recognized the Master's symbol engraved there.
Wow.
The thing is, I am Martin's son.
What? Pa's son? How did...
Yes, his son. That is, his bastard son.
Are you sure? We look the same age, and Martin lived with me and Ma as long as I can remember.
When I was born, he was already long gone. Maybe we are not even a year apart.
And what does that make us then?
Nothing. Proof perhaps that both your god and mine have a sense of humor. You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would be easier. But now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that I did not get to know him.
I can tell you about him if you want. But now is not the right time. This is not the end. We have to go to Kuttenberg, now. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish quarter.
The king has approved Xere.
He's no king to me. He's a fucking whoreson.
We're both bastards.
What's a Gezerah?
That is hard to explain.
Nonsense. It is as clear as day. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. Ransack their houses and divide the loot. And all that with the king's blessing.
This is what we were afraid of. But we did not expect Sigismund to be in such a hurry. We need to get back into the city and get the people out, quick, before it begins. Will you come with us, Henry? Every man counts.
I'll come. And Liechtenstein already knows about it too.
Very well. We should get going right away.
Let's not waste time.
We will absolutely help. Look at Samuel as a brother now.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka? What brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, so I came to grab a bit of meat. And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. We have to get to Kuttenberg. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course. I borrowed it too, if you know what I mean, but,
Could you stop blabbering already? We don't have the time.
Easy, Ingele. And you, sir, if you can, come with us and help us.
All right. But could you please tell me what the fuck is going on?
I'll explain to you on the way. Time is running out.
Are you coming too, Sir John?
Of course.
Do you think that's a good idea? No offense, sir, but you're no great warrior.
I'm not. But I'm not just going to sit here and wait, either.
Honorable.
All right, then. Let's go.
It's cool that we also remember that quest I did with this guy back in the woods. We were kind of annoyed by his character, and now he's here. It's just the way that Warhorse ties all the characters into the story is just incredible.
Peresh, can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that
is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't you worry. These are some sturdy hands. I promise we will save you, Ma. No one will touch a single hair on her beautiful hand.
Do have to eat a little bit of food here. Cute companion.
What? Oh, I'm imagining she's pretty. It makes me more willing to put my neck on the line for her.
Stop with the nonsense already. All of you, I beg you.
Jesus. I was just trying to lighten the mood. We might all kick the bucket in a short while.
Damn it, Kubianka, shut the hell up. Seriously.
Hi. I didn't say all that much. Anyway. Can't you make the horses go a little faster, Grandpa? If this carries on, somebody's going to start sobbing.
We really should pick up the pace.
All right. Schnell. Schnell.
I mean, there must be some sort of cutscene or something. Because we are nowhere close to Gutenberg. There we go. I was going to say, I actually wouldn't mind it. But it would be about an hour and a half trip going that speed.
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Sherwill.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough.
Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have.
Oh, this is so much fun. This is so much fun. This is this has to be one of my favorite games of all time, easily.
Decided as punishment for our many sins.
Our sins? Ours? What the fuck did we do to these people?
Come on, Kubianka, you slow bastard.
Halt! I heard something.
Are you still hearing it? There we go. Come on. Okay, we can actually follow these guys. Kubianka doesn't seem to be doing too good right now. The way he's walking. Oh man. Thank God for the torchlight, right? Oh, I guess I'm not supposed to go that way.
Follow me.
All right, brother, lead the way.
Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
How can a few pieces of parchment be that important? And what do they contain, anyway?
Nothing very pleasant for the most part. Who hates who? Who could be blackmailed with what? Who's hiding where and why? In short, nothing I can afford to lose. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now.
Are you afraid?
Me? Do you have any idea how many times I've had to run from a burning town or deal with a hired assassin?
More than once, I reckon.
A lot more. I can tell you, but I admit, I was afraid every single time. Damn it.
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this. Somebody else must have got in.
I think there's someone walking up there.
Go and check it out. If they took anything down here, they mustn't get out alive. I'll gather up my things in the meantime. I'll meet you outside the tavern.
Let's see if there's any... Oh, I should have gotten some potions off of pebbles. Let's increase my strength right now. We'll drink that. And stamina, sure, why not? Alright. We're drunk a little bit because some of these potions have alcohol in them. That's fine. An unpleasant surprise was waiting for us inside the inn. Someone must have gotten in. I need to search the place and secure it. Make sure I have a dagger equipped. Yes, I do. So much armor you can sell in this game. It's potentially worth a lot too.
Christ, that's...
I don't think we have to hide a body in here. We're gonna steal that. We'll read that later. Oh, wow. Oh, crap, crap, crap. Oh! Made a lot of noise right there. And he heard me.
Documents. How the fuck should I know what an important document looks like? I ain't never seen none.
No.
Take that.
Show what you're made of.
That was close. Sweet pancake, that makes me hungry. Yeah, I meant to get the stealth kill, but at first it didn't show up, and then I was at a weird angle. Okay, I think we're good to go back down. Yep. Let's go quickly. Where you at, John?
I can't go just yet. I still need to pack some things up. Go outside the tavern. I'll be there in a moment.
Okay. All right, wait for Samuel outside the inn.
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right.
Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. But there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the tavern too.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important. But your friends paid for it with their lives.
What?
I'm so sorry. If it's any consolation, Henry here has already taken care of those cutthroats.
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. Eric must have sent them. What about your mother? Is she all right?
She is, thank God. I told her to get ready, and we would come for her right away.
I'm really sorry about your friends. We got here too late.
There was nothing you could do. Benavis Hamardes. This Eric is really pissing me off. I've never laid eyes on him, yet I cannot wait to wring his neck.
There'll be plenty of time for that later. We have to go now.
I'm sure Mama is waiting for us. We have to take her to the shul.
You go ahead. I'll lock the tavern and block the secret passageway so no one else can get in.
But sir, if any more of them come here,
I can take care of myself. Now go. God be with you.
I really like that guy. First, I wasn't expecting to.
Come on, Henry. Bring Ma.
So Sarah's waiting for us at her house. I have to get her quickly and take her to safety. You'd think Samuel would come up here with me, right?
Oh, Himmel! What's the matter? Where's Sam?
Don't worry, ma'am. He sent me to take you to him.
Mein Gott! What happened to him?
Nothing. He's out on the street helping the wounded. Let's go now. We're out of time.
Wait! Who are you anyway?
Lazy eyes?
My name is Henry, and I'm a friend of Sam's. I was the one who warned him Sigismund was coming for you.
Thank you. I just hope we can escape before...
Watch out! More are coming! Run to the back. It might be safer there.
What's going on?
Sam, are you all right?
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe.
Watch your back, dude.
We have to get to the synagogue. But how?
Through the backyard. Follow me.
I'm afraid she's gonna fall asleep on me. And I hope Samuel stays alive.
Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them!
Oh, wow. I got you. Hold on. Oh, man. This is a big boy right here. This is a really big crossbow. I haven't tried this one yet. I picked it up a couple sessions ago, though. Let's see what we can do. Crap. Okay, at the front. Oh, man. Right, hold on. This isn't the one. We're gonna try that later. Let's go to the bow. And then let's put... Yeah, sure, we'll do that. I don't think I'm gonna be able to hit them with a gun right now. Sorry, madame. Oh no!
But Hashem, they're gone. We have to keep going.
They're not gone yet.
For the yard.
Where'd you go?
Help us!
Oh my gosh.
Help us! Leave us alone!
Oh, I want to help those people. Can I help them? Oh, I don't think I can help them.
Please leave her alone, or...
No.
Damn! I'm bleeding!
I can't tell who's who right now. Okay, there we go. All right. Where'd you go? There we go.
We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Through the house.
I got you. Stay back.
No, you don't! Useless! God made a joke, baby!
Mummy, are you all right? I'm fine. But what about you, mein Kind?
I'm still alive. We can talk later. Now, we have to go.
Man, I wonder if she got hurt because of me. Because I let her go up ahead. Just can't help but loot.
Come on!
What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? You'd rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Go inside. Quick.
I have more respect for that guy now.
To the fucking task.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone.
This is great.
There they are.
Eric.
Well, now we're really fucked.
Mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back.
For how long, though?
As long as we need to.
Wow.
See that coming? I'll be done with you.
It's like thrashing a half-head
Come to me,
Let's go. Oh, Master Strike.
Five star off. Fucking bastard.
Oh, they won't stop coming.
Fucking die already.
Now, los! Fucking turd-face!
Watch your back, Sam. Watch your back, brother.
English. Still not enough?
There's more of us!
I think we'd make use of the visor when combat gets this crazy.
Everyone's inside. Henry, come on. Let's go.
Oh man, I thought he would hit him.
Got more mir. Let's go. It's this way. Damn. That was a close shave. I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk to her about Martin. I won't get another chance.
Man, look how beautiful this is.
Surely we cannot just leave them here like this.
There's nothing we can do now. We must get the wounded out of here first.
Hashem hat nicht uns heil.
I'm gonna do a savior schnapp here. Savior schnapps, excuse me. Because I'll probably come back with the photo mode, because this is really, really cool.
Don't worry. Even if that happens, we'll be able to pull the wagon. Look at him. Yes.
Are you alright?
I'm fine, lad. I thank you for everything.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Mein Gott, boy. Have you not helped us enough already? Now we have to manage on our own.
I know this might not be the best time, but... do you think we could talk about Martin?
What? You know my Martin?
I do. He's, well... he's my father.
Bori Hashem!
I mean, not actually by blood. But he raised me.
Mein Sie's Kindele. Tell me, how is he?
He died. It's only been a few months.
Oh, the hen of Shutsura Hayem.
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went to help Ma, and... well... they both died there.
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that is the Martin I knew. He always put others first. At least you survived. That would make Martin happy.
Well, I'm sorry I don't have better news to give you.
Do not worry about it. I am just sad he died before he could meet Samuel.
Is everything all right?
Yes, do not worry. We were just talking about Martin.
How did you meet Martin, if I may ask?
It was such a long time ago. He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town, but there was no place among your people, so he tried his luck in our quarter.
And that's where he met you?
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. And Martin wouldn't stop looking at me all night. Then it went schlag auf schlag.
So what happened that made Martin leave you?
My Martin would never leave me. My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. To marry a goy is isur deoraisa, forbidden. But Martin would not give in, and we kept seeing each other, until one day, I was ubore.
That means pregnant.
Yes. My father knew that if word got out, he would not be able to avoid the shame. So he did not miss a beat and took me out of town in secret. I did not even have time to tell Martin the news. I was gone for almost 4 years. In the meantime, my father told everyone that he had married me off. But my husband died. And he only let me come back when he was sure people had accepted it.
Did Martin not go looking for you when you suddenly disappeared?
People said he did go looking for me, even as far as Colin. But he did not find out anything at all.
If only he had gone all the way to Prague.
Even if he went to the very edge of the world, it would not have been enough. Father would have hidden me somewhere else.
And what about you? Did you ever find another man after that?
No. My father called me a widow. So I stayed a widow.
And he didn't try to find anyone else for you?
You know he did, but it never worked out. I made sure of that.
And did you ever go looking for Martin?
I asked around, but no one remembered anything. Or they chose not to. That was probably my father's doing too. And I could not just leave and go looking for him around the world. I had to take care of someone. That was the most important thing.
All right. That's about it.
Before you go, tell me, what was Martin like as a father?
Well, he was strict with me, but not too much. Especially in the forge, he worked me hard. I dream about him quite often. About that last day and what he said to me while we were forging a sword together. He said a life of adventure can be over before it begins. And that blacksmithing might be a dull job, but I keep my head on my neck.
I remember that line.
He was absolutely right.
Well, look at me now.
You saved all our lives. Martin would be proud of you. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep you this long, but... well, I never thought I'd have a brother, even if not related by blood.
Well, I did not expect that either. And thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, I do not know how today would have ended. What are your plans now?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den. To Zizka and the others. We need to figure out what to do next.
I will see you there then. But first, I have to escort everyone to Colleen. I do not want anything to happen to them on the way.
Everything should be all right now.
Take care of yourself, dear brother. I will see you this time tomorrow at the Devil's Den.
Have a safe journey.
Sei gesund.
You managed to get the documents. What's next for you? Will you go to Jobst, or come with us to the Devil's Den?
I've been thinking about it, and the time for spying is over. There's no one to convince, no one to break, no one to blackmail.
So what then? You going home?
Not yet. Actually, I'll escort these people first. I feel responsible for what happened, and maybe I can at least make up for it a little bit.
But we still have a lot of work to do. We could surely use a spy master.
A spy master is of no use without his network. Only a few of my people are still here, and I wouldn't bet my life on any of them.
Well, that doesn't matter. Maybe you could be useful in other ways.
No, Henry, I played and I lost. Now it's up to the rest of you.
This guy's humble too.
All right. Have it your way. Have a safe journey, Sir John of Liechtenstein. God be with you.
And with you, Henry of Skalitz. Take care.
This makes me think back on the first game, just starting off as basically a peasant, and now look at all that has occurred. Crazy.
We survived. For a while there, I thought we were gonna die.
Many have died, indeed. It is a hard trial to go through. So many lives lost, the Schule in flames.
I'm so sorry. There was nothing more we could do.
You are right. It was too late. How happy I would be if we could get everyone out. But what is done is done.
What will you do now?
Now we must find help in some other community of believers. We will try our luck in Colleen. Many of us have relatives there.
Do you think you'll be pursued?
Well, the mercenaries might follow us, but hopefully it will not come to that. Chas v'sholem. We will split up into smaller groups, so we don't attract much attention until we get farther away from the town. Besides, who would chase us when we have nothing? We left everything behind in the town.
So the agreement with the lords in Rabors no longer stands, eh?
What makes you think that? Do you not trust us?
No, I do. But you've lost everything. I don't think you'll be able to contribute to our army anymore.
It is true that the Gutenberg Kehile cannot pay for the army now, but others might, Be'ezras Hashem. Especially when they get word of what happened here.
Sarah told me you drove Martin the blacksmith out of town. Why would you do that?
I had my reasons.
But if you hadn't done it, he might still be alive.
Perhaps. But what about you? If he had not raised you, would you be here today helping us?
No. Probably not. Who knows what my mother would have done without him. God be with you, Rabbi.
Sei gesinnt, and please, watch over Samuel.
Warhorse doesn't leave any character unturned. Like, we just talked to her, and that's obviously her father. And there's dialogue for everything. It touches back on their conversation with Martin. I really am just, I can't believe how well written this game is. Alright, so let's see. So our next objective is to consult with Zhishka on the next steps to take back at the Lion's Den, which is going to be the next episode, but let me just see if there's anybody else around here.
I still hear it. The screaming.
That we can speak with. Man.
Thank you, boy.
All the NPCs have something to say too, it's just crazy.
Where is Miriam? Where is she?
Playing some other RPGs right now. I won't name any games, but it's I mean, this is like leagues above those RPGs in terms of writing and attention to detail and reactivity with the characters.
Return, O Lord. How long shall thou be wrathful?
This is like a Baldur's Gate 3 moment where you feel like other games are going to be ruined for you because it's so high quality.
Return, O Lord.
Okay, I think that's about... Oh, let me talk to...
Thank you, Henry.
Oh, no, we're good.
For everything.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was an incredible session today. 80% of it was dialogue, too, and this is... It was just incredible. I can't wait to jump into the game for episode 17. Things are starting to get pretty crazy in this game. And to think I haven't even picked up hardly any side quests in the second region yet. I will. But I'm in no rush right now to pick them up and no rush to complete them. But I will do them at some point, so I don't want to skip hardly anything in this game. I'll catch you guys on the next one.